Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. What you see before us in this video is a rather ancient laptop. It's a ThinkPad X200. Not the sort of vintage chic old school style. Not the sort of collector's grade antique. It's just properly old. If you're watching this in 2026, this laptop must be over 15 years old by now. Core 2 dual processor. DDR3 memory. Spinning mechanical hard drive. Not EFI, not UEFI. Classic BIOS, classic ThinkPad keyboard, classic ThinkPad stubbornness. And today, for reasons most might struggle to grasp, I'm installing FunOS 24.04.3 LTS on it. Not for practicality, not for speed, simply because I wanted to see what still works. This channel has always explored this question. Not what's new, but what remains. Before we delve into the installation process, I'd like to address why I chose the ThinkPad X200s. Because every time I produce this sort of video, people ask, why not just buy a new laptop? Why not use a virtual machine? Why not test it on a supported system? To be honest, these are perfectly reasonable questions. But the ThinkPad X200 is interesting precisely because it has limitations. This machine won't forgive you. It won't mask poor decisions with extra memory. It won't quietly fix problematic software using powerful CPU performance. If your operating system is bloated, you'll feel it. If your desktop environment isn't smooth, you'll feel it. If your boot process is messy, you'll have to wait. That's why I'm testing Linux here. FunOS 24.04.3 LTS claims to be a lightweight, modern, long-term supported, open-source operating system that's kind to older machines. Well then, let's see if that holds true. So what exactly is FunOS? Clearly, FunOS is based on Ubuntu 24.04.3 LTS, but it's more than just a skin change. The philosophy behind FunOS is minimalist yet stylish. It is not arch. It is not antics. It does not seek to curry favor with Reddit users. FunOS is more like a proper desktop environment. Default settings that won't clash with your preferences. An operating system that assumes you simply wish to get things done. This alone makes it highly appealing for older hardware. What FunOS craves is stability. Next, let us examine the core specifications of this ThinkPad X200s. Intel Core 2 P8600 processor, 4GB DDR3 memory. I have upgraded it with a 128GB SSD solid-state drive. The BIOS operates in legacy mode. Over the coming sessions, I shall guide you step by step through installing FunOS on this ThinkPad X200 from scratch. This is a genuine device, genuine configuration, genuine usage. This is a complete, real-time installation process and exploration video. So if you favor lightweight Linux distributions, vintage hardware, classic ThinkPad series, and slow, detailed explanations, you've come to the right place. Before commencing the installation, let us ensure all necessary items are at hand. Consider this our pre-flight checklist. First, your ThinkPad X200. Ensure it is fully charged, or ideally remain plugged into the mains throughout the process. Second, a USB drive with at least 8 GB capacity. This will serve as our installation medium. Third, a reliable internet connection. We require this to download the FunOS ISO file. Fourth, download the FunOS ISO and create a bootable USB on another computer. Finally, if your ThinkPad X200 hard drive contains any important data, back it up immediately. Once you have all these items ready, we can proceed to the next step. Our first step is to obtain the FunOS ISO file. This step requires a fully functional computer with an internet connection. Open your web browser, search for FunOS on Google, and visit the official FunOS website. On the official FunOS website, click Download to proceed to the download page. You will now see multiple versions of FunOS available. For this guide, we require the LTS version, specifically the officially recommended FunOS 24.04.3. Click the download link beneath it. You will then be redirected to the SourceForge download page. Once the countdown concludes, the download will commence automatically. The FunOS ISO file is approximately 1.8 GB in size. This typically takes some time, so please be patient. During the download process, we need to prepare a tool to write the FunOS ISO file to a USB drive, making it bootable. I habitually use Balena Etcher. It is cross-platform, free, and extremely easy to use. Please download and install Etcher on your current computer. After downloading the FunOS ISO file and installing Etcher, insert your USB drive. Open Etcher, select the downloaded FunOS ISO file, then choose your USB drive as the target drive. Please double-check that you have selected the correct drive. Choosing the wrong one may erase important data on other drives. Click Flash and let Etcher work its magic. This process may take several minutes, depending on the speed of your USB drive. Upon completion, you will receive a confirmation message. Do not format the USB drive afterwards. Simply eject it safely. Once the FunOS USB boot drive is prepared, insert it into the ThinkPad X200. Switch on the ThinkPad X200 and immediately press the F1 key repeatedly to enter the BIOS setup interface. Within the BIOS setup interface, first press the F9 key to restore default settings. Then press the F10 key to save and exit. The ThinkPad X200 will reboot. When the ThinkPad startup screen reappears, press the F12 key to enter the boot menu. Within the boot menu, select the USB HDD device and press Enter. The FunOS boot screen is now visible. While numerous options are presented here, the default selection typically yields the smoothest standard installation on older hardware. Therefore, the first option, Try FunOS, is precisely what we require. Select it and press the Enter key to confirm your choice. Your ThinkPad X200 laptop will now load the fully functional FunOS live desktop environment directly from your USB drive, without accessing your internal hard drive. Even on older hardware like the ThinkPad X200, FunOS loads quite swiftly. After approximately 1 minute, we'll find ourselves in FunOS's attractive live desktop environment. The real-time desktop environment of FunOS is truly excellent, allowing you to test whether all hardware on the ThinkPad X200 functions correctly. This includes Wi-Fi, audio, touchpad, keyboard, and USB ports. It provides an opportunity to identify any compatibility issues before installation. You may access existing drives within the live environment. Should you not have cleared your data, you can copy any required files, though you ought to have backed them up already. Within FunOS's live desktop environment, you can also test or trial the operating system's various features. Before installation, I always spend a few minutes moving the mouse, opening menus, and ensuring the system runs smoothly. You'll find FunOS runs remarkably cleanly and smoothly. It lacks flashy thrills, but offers rock-solid stability. This holds true even when booting from a USB drive, and that's precisely what we want. The X200's hardware, particularly models equipped with solid-state drives, provides excellent support for lightweight Linux distributions. Pre-installation testing and trialing maximizes assurance that FunOS is compatible with your ThinkPad X200's hardware. If all tests proceed without issue, we may proceed with installing FunOS. On FunOS's live desktop, right-click the mouse to bring up the system menu. Within Settings, select Install FunOS. Clicking this will launch the installer, displaying a welcome window. FunOS typically employs the customized Calamares installer. This graphical installer is straightforward and highly user-friendly, guiding us step by step through the entire installation process. Step 1. Set your preferred language. This is typically your preferred language by default, though you may configure it to any language you favor. Here, I have selected American English. Click Continue to proceed. Step 2. Configure your keyboard layout. You may also test your keyboard layout in the provided text box. My ThinkPad X200 uses a standard US keyboard layout, so unless you use a different layout, select this one. Click Continue to proceed. Step 3. Updates and other software settings. Here, I tick the box for Install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware and additional media formats. Click Continue to proceed. Step 4. Configure the installation type, which is the most critical step. For most users, particularly if you wish FunOS to be your sole operating system, or if you can erase everything on your ThinkPad X200 hard drive, select Erase Disk and install FunOS. This is the simplest option and is strongly recommended for most users installing FunOS as the sole operating system on a ThinkPad X200. It will erase your entire hard drive and automatically create the necessary partitions. If you select this option, ensure you have backed up your data. Click Install now to proceed. At this point, the installer will prompt you to confirm changes to the disk. Read the warnings carefully and only click Continue when absolutely certain. Step 5. Localization settings. Tap your location on the map or enter your city. This will set your location and time zone, ensuring your clock remains accurate. Tap Continue to proceed. Step 6. Create your user account. Enter your name, computer name, username, and password. You may also choose to log in automatically or require a password for login. Ensure you remember your password, as it will be required for future system logins and administrative tasks. Click Continue to proceed. Step 7. The system begins installation. During this period, the installer will copy files, install the system, and configure all settings. On this ThinkPad X200 laptop, the FunOS installation process actually took less than 12 minutes. During this time, you will see a progress bar and a FunOS slideshow. Step 8. Installation complete. The installer informs us FunOS is now installed. We may now choose to restart into the new system or continue using FunOS in its live environment. We shall now select Restart Now to apply the new operating system. During the restart, once the screen goes black, it is crucial to remove the USB installation media. This prevents your ThinkPad X200 from attempting to boot from the USB again. As the ThinkPad boot screen bearing the Intel and Lenovo logos reappears, this ThinkPad X200 approaches our pivotal moment. We witness the FunOS boot screen, which will guide us into the freshly installed FunOS 24.04.3 LTS, codenamed Noble Numbat. Boot successful. The FunOS desktop loads instantly. No error messages, no delays, no drama. This alone makes it worthwhile. The desktop environment is clean and restrained. Menu placement is exactly as you'd expect. System settings are logically organized. Nothing jars. For the ThinkPad X200, this is precisely the right approach. From reboot to reaching the desktop took under a minute. FunOS boots significantly faster than any commercial operating system on this 2008 hardware. Naturally, its fluidity is fully apparent through the display. Welcome to the newly installed, lightning-fast FunOS operating system on the classic ThinkPad X200s. The JWM desktop system is exceptionally lightweight and responsive. For a fresh Linux installation, our first task should be checking for updates. Although the FunOS ISO is current, new security patches and software updates are always available. We shall now update the system via the command line using the terminal. The terminal is both powerful and swift. You may launch it by clicking its icon or using the shortcut ctrl plus alt plus T. First, type sudo apt update and press enter. You will be prompted for your password. This command updates the list of available packages. At this point, we can type apt list --upgradable to view software eligible for upgrading. Next, enter sudo apt-get dist-upgrade and press enter. This displays a list of all upgradable packages. Press Y for yes to proceed with the installation. This ensures you possess all the latest security patches and software, representing a crucial first step in maintaining security and stability. Once the updates are installed, we must restart the computer to apply the newly installed changes. This video is not about how to repair an old laptop. It serves to demonstrate that old hardware has not let us down. The software has delivered. FunOS 24.04.3 LTS running on this ThinkPad X200 has delivered. This reminds us that computer technology need not be consigned to obsolescence. And this particular ThinkPad X200 is nothing special. That is precisely the point. Millions of machines like this exist, lying dormant in drawers, landfills, warehouses. Windows has abandoned them. Manufacturers seem to have forgotten them, but Linux has not. FunOS 24.04.3 LTS quietly demonstrates a fundamental shift. Progress need not erase the past. I shall leave it at that. Not because there is nothing left to test. Not because the system is perfect. But because the point has been made, this ThinkPad X200 remains. FunOS 24.04.3 LTS continues to run, and this experience requires no license, no account, no upgrade path, no hardware verification. Just a machine and software that respects it. As this video draws to a close, I'd like to leave you with a simple thought. Computers needn't necessarily be discarded. Outdated hardware still holds value, particularly when paired with well-crafted software. The ThinkPad X200 and FunOS might just serve as excellent proof. If you too possess an older machine, I'd recommend giving it a try. Have you installed Linux on a ThinkPad X200 laptop? Have you installed FunOS on an old laptop? Which vintage machine have you revived with Linux? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the show notes. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.